Hello, in this video I'm going to quickly show you how to use the Data247 API. The documentation for the API can be found under Support API Documentation. Here you can find a basic introduction to the general API format and a detailed description of each service with its query and response parameters. So let's take a look at our TextStat service under Messaging Services. So one nice thing about the Data247 API is that it is HTTP based, which means that you can actually test the API by pasting an API call directly into your web browser. So let's see how this works. So here is an example API call for our TextStat service. And if you look at this part right here, API equals MT, this API parameter tells the API which Data247 service you are using. So MT is the letter code for TextStat. You can change this to use any of our other Data247 services as well. And the second required parameter is the key parameter. This requires an API key used for authentication, and it must be included in all API requests. So let's take a quick look at how to generate an API key. So log into your account and select API key password from the account menu. So all you have to do to create an API key is to enter an optional key description and then click the Generate API Key button. And here you'll see your generated API key, which then you can enter as your key parameter. And you can create as many keys as you like and remove them if needed. So let's copy our API key, and then we can paste it into our API call. As you can see, the last required parameter for TextStat is phone. This is where you would add the phone number you want to look up using our TextStat service. So let's test this out. And you can see that by default it returns a JSON response showing the phone number, whether it's wireless, the carrier name, carrier ID, and SMS and MMS addresses. And if you would like this response in XML format, you can just add the out equals XML parameter, and you can see you can get the same results in XML. You can also do multiple phone numbers at once, up to 20 phone numbers per call. So to do that, we would change this to P1, and then we can add an additional phone number here. And let's check out the results. And as you can see, you now have both results displayed for both phone numbers. So let's take another look at the API documentation for TextStat. You can see there are additional optional fields that can be returned with the add fields parameter. These include billable, cost, get, region, and so on. So let's say you wanted to return region in addition to the other default fields for TextStat. You can do that using the add fields parameter. So let's go back and add fields equal to region. Here you can see that region has been added to your data set. And let's say you only wanted to show region. You could do that by just using the fields parameter. And now only region is displayed. Or maybe you just want region and carrier name. You can do that as well. So it's very simple. So once you've mastered that, you can return to the documentation to view integration examples in the programming language of your choice, so you can integrate the API into your existing source code. Here are examples in PHP and Python, and you can also click here to view additional examples in other languages. And that's it. So if you have any questions, feel free to open a help desk ticket and we will help you out. Thanks for watching.